What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, what do we got? Okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Thrice. Yeah, how about that? Thrice making their debut on the channel. Okay, this was a request from BO2FS Grotto, and BO2FS Grotto wanted to see me react to this song by Thrice called Firebreather. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. I've never even heard of Thrice, so how in the world could I have heard Firebreather when I haven't even heard of Thrice? So that should pretty much solve that problem. But look, hey, there is a chance I may have heard this song in passing, and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, what? Wait, I know this! I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by... Really? Okay. This was posted by Wubbalicious. I am not kidding you. Wubbalicious posted this. If you don't believe me, I'm including the original link. You can click on, you can check it out for yourself. This was posted by Wubbalicious, and the video has 141,415 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Thrice, Firebreather at House of Blues. Okay, but which House of Blues? Anaheim, Las Vegas, Hollywood when we had one. Which House of Blues is this? There's a lot of different House of Blues. Chicago? I don't know. Doesn't say. It just says House of Blues. Anyway. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Okay, so then a really odd time signature. I could be off. I could be a little off here, but it sounds to me like I'm subdividing. It sounds like 11/8. They're switching from 11/8 to straight 4. They're doing straight 4 during the chorus. But during the verses, during the intro, that opening riff, it's 11/8. That's what I'm hearing. I could be completely wrong about that, but that's what I'm getting. So, interesting. Really interesting to do 11/8. That's not a very typical key signature, even for bands that go outside of your typical key signatures, 4/4, 3/4, 6/8, to go to 11/8, a little unusual. It's a little different, but it's work. Look, they're making it work. So that is not a criticism. If anything, that's a compliment, because they're able to work outside of what a regular time signature is, and they're making it rock. So Good for them. That bass player is committing a hate crime on his strings, boy. He is hammering on those things aggressively. I mean, I don't know if he's doing that because that's the way he was taught to play, or maybe that's how he taught himself to play, or maybe he's doing that for effect, like, you know, from a visual standpoint. I don't know why he's doing it. All I'm saying is I can't take my eyes off it. I can't. It's like a car accident on the freeway. You know, it doesn't matter how bad the accident is. I mean, the worse the accident is, the more you want to see it. That's why you always get rubberneckers, right? Same thing here. I'm watching him going, oh my God, he's going to hurt himself. And this is going to sound really bad. And you can all think less of me if you want. I kind of want him to because I want to see the wreck. But, I mean, it sounds good. Here's the thing. He's hammering on them, like, with full, hard strokes. But it sounds good. It sounds good. And I can't knock it. It just looks really weird. But it's working for him. So, more power to him. Let's keep going here.
When the fear falls on you,
that's a good bass tone.
When the fear falls on you.
I'm gonna pause. I know I just paused a little while ago. I am digging that bass tone. I am absolutely digging it. He's got a nice distortion on it that is not overly driven. It's not too thick. It's EQ'd correctly. It's got just enough bite to make it have the attitude and the edge, but not so much overdrive that it sounds muddy. And the EQ, it is not so much bottom end that it just blows it out. You know what I mean? It's very well EQ'd, very good distortion selection, very nice, very pleasing to the ear. I'm digging it. Really digging that distortion on that bass.
Tell me, are you free when the fear falls on you? Tell me, are you free? Tell me, are you free? What another team? Tell me, are you free? We'll together stay. It's lost, the brave is lost. Will I fall my hands to hold myself? Let the flames lick at my feet. Breathe and fire, no one
What's with all the dudes coming out? Oh, they're going to be singing? Gang vocal? Okay. I mean, that's nothing that can't be accomplished by just having the musicians do it. Like, if you got the mic in front of the guitar player and the bass player, there's a mic with the drummer, they should all be able to cover it. So having all these extra people come out on stage, that's just for effect. And from a visual standpoint, it's effective. It looks good. It looks really good. Necessary? No, but it helps add to the visual element of the performance. And it looks good. It looks good. It got my attention. I see these guys coming on stage. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? What's happening here? And now I see, it looks like they're singing into the mic. So, good stuff. Let's keep going here. Here they come. sound good. Yeah, that was fun. It was fun. I have some thoughts. I have a couple thoughts. I'll see you in the review. Well, there you go, folks. That was Thrice with Firebreather. This was a request from BO2 FS Grotto. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.6. Yep, 7.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
I'm okay. There's something I want to say, but I don't know if I should say it now or if I should say it at the end. I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it now so I get it out of the way. Okay. The sound of the band, the sound of the music, if I'm being 100% honest here, very generic. I've heard a lot of bands that sound like this. Okay. Nothing about how the band sounded all that unique or different. Okay. Now, I got that out of the way. Having said that, I still enjoyed this. It sounded really good. I did not hear anything that sounded sour. I didn't hear anything that sounded bad. I didn't hear anything that stuck out like a sore thumb. Everything made sense. Everything made perfect sense. Songwriting, I think, was probably the most impressive thing. The use of 11/8, and I figured it out. There was one thing I wasn't catching, and I was like, what's going on here? In that intro riff, they were going 11/8 to 7/8, back to 11/8 to 7/8, and then they would do 11/8 throughout the verse. At least that's how I'm counting it. I could be wrong, but that's how I'm counting it. That's how I interpreted it. That's the beautiful thing about music. You know, some people hear 11/8, some people hear, you know, whatever it is they want to hear. You know, some people hear like 3/4, and other people hear 6/8. You know, it's all open to interpretation. So it's all about subdividing and counting. Now, what I was counting was 11/8, 7/8, 11/8, 7/8, and then on the verse 11/8, chorus 4/4. That's what I was hearing. I could be wrong, but that's what I was hearing. Very unique use of different time signatures. I dug that. That was very, very cool. But as far as their sound, their tone, like I said, I've heard other bands that's had the same tone and same sound as them. But they sounded really good, solid, very, very solid playing from everybody. Guitar playing sounded really good. The drumming sounded really good. They had some good tight fills. I dug some of his fills. The bass playing, I could not take my eyes off that bass player. Every time they showed him, I had to look because his hand was just absolutely committing a hate crime on those strings, boy. He was wailing on them. And I can only guess that was for visual effect because what he was playing could have been played very easily, just, you know, with nice tight picking or fingering, whatever it is he wanted to do. But he was hammering on those strings, but it didn't sound any different than what, you know, typical bass players do. So it wasn't for audio effect. It wasn't for sound effect. It had to be completely for visual effect. And that being the case, kudos to him. He stuck out. He grabbed the spotlight, and I can't fault him for that because I'm the exact same way. Being a bassist, I want the spotlight on me. Absolutely. I want to steal the show. So I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get that spotlight on me. I won't hammer the strings like that. Well, sometimes I do. I lie about that. Yeah. Sometimes I do, actually, come to think of it. Not to the extent that he does, but I'll strum full, or I'll, you know, hit them with my fist or whatever, just to draw attention to myself for no other reason than that. let's see, what else? That's pretty much it. The use of the extra people coming on stage. At first, I thought it was a little gimmicky. If I'm being honest with you, I was like, why? You know, it's kind of unnecessary. But then I really heard it. I really listened to it, and it worked. And I'll tell you why it worked. They weren't, okay, they were on the mics, but they weren't on the mics. They weren't like, boom, right here. You know, not everybody. Everybody kind of spaced away from the mic, probably a good 2 to 3 feet away from the mics. And that caused a vocal effect to happen, that type of distant calling type of singing. And it was very cool. It worked out great on stage. If everybody had been up on the mic, like right up on it, you know, 2-3 inches from the mic, if everybody had been there, it would have sounded any different than it had just been 1 or 2 people versus 10. It wouldn't have sounded any different. But because they had that much space between each person and the mic, they were able to create that vocal effect, and it sounded really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it sounded good. I wish the other guitar player and the bass player had done what the lead vocalist had done, and they had left the mics and come up to the front of the stage. Since they had 10 other guys out there, you know, let them do the vocal calling, You guys come up to the stage, front of the stage, and interact with the crowd and get them to sing. The lead vocalist did that. It would have been nice if the other guitar player and the bass player had done that too. Was it necessary for them to do it? No, but it would have been more effective, I think, if they had all done it. And let those other extra guys handle the brunt work, you know? Just let them do the grunt work and let them do all the call vocals. But it still sounded good. It still sounded really good. Now, this was a really good job overall. Really good drumming, really good bass playing, really good guitar playing, really good songwriting. And that's why it's getting the really good score of 7.6. So this was fun. This was absolutely fun. I would not mind seeing more from them. I'd be kind of curious to see what else they can do. So 7.6, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you'll enjoy the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base to become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.